Dr. Titus, are you ready?
Yes, I just want to. Are you hearing me?
Yes, clearly, sir.
Okay. Let me share my slides. And good morning, everyone, and thank you, my prof, for the privilege to be here again. Not taken for granted. I'm so sorry that I'm coming a little bit late. It's not our practice. Yeah. So just give me a few seconds. I'll share my slides. Talking about innovation and creativity in grant writing, which is critical to us as scholars in this age, because grant writing is the heartbeat of research, actually, because the purpose of one of the reasons why we do research is for our benefit, okay, is for our value, life change. I mean, be able to get resources for our researches, and it's very critical that we look at it and look at things that we. Please, are you seeing my slides?
No, it's not your slides that's showing, it's your desktop.
Oh, sorry.
So you can stop share, then reshare your slides, sir.
How about now? Not yet?
No, you need to stop sharing first. Okay. Then reshare. Yes, all right. Okay. So then you reshare your slides.
How about now, please?
Yes, it's your slides. So just put them in the full screen mode. Yes,
thank
perfect.
you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Like I said, good morning, everyone. Anywhere you are hearing from, you are hearing us. This morning, briefly, how many minutes? Sorry.
Well, the whole program ends at 9, so
okay.
But then we'd like to have time for question and answer in between. Yeah. So say by 8:45, we'd expect it to round up.
So we'll look at innovation and creativity for grant winning. Sincerely, in the current world, as a scholar or young scholars, early career, postgraduate students, if you are not getting or winning grants, scholarship, fellowships, you will find life difficult. You will find research very, very difficult, especially the way things are going, increase in school fees. Okay, how do you even get fund? I mean, at least to be able to get your field work done. Okay, and that is why grant writing and winning, not just writing, but winning, is the heartbeat of research. All right. During one of our meeting, Professor Okman told us that, if you are winning grants, you don't have problem with whether they pay January salary or not. Okay. You don't have to. When are they going to pay? When will salary be paid? Your mental faculty will not actually be thinking about it, because you in a way, you are not like Dangote, but you are not like Zacchaeus in the Bible. Sorry to use that example, right? Because there's a kind of a gradual inflow that is above your salary, above your maybe your stipend from your parents, and all these things need a kind of innovation and creativity, because grant winners or grant givers, they are looking for innovation and creativity. They are looking for, it's a market. It's like you are going to Ojo market in Ibadan, or you are going to different big markets in Nigeria, and you must be, you want to go and sell something, or you want to go and buy something, right? Nobody is ready to buy a stinking animal. No, that animal that is rotten. Nobody is ready to buy that because it's dangerous for the health. But people want to buy things that will be useful, and that is grant givers. They have money, but they are looking for values. They are looking for ideas to meet certain challenges, certain problems. And that is why you must think innovatively and creatively in writing, because that is the only way you can win. So this morning, I look at writing a winning grant. It requires a combination of innovation and creativity, and a thorough understanding of the grant requirements and objectives. Okay, that is why in writing a proposal, grant, you must think about what these people, the people that is calling, the people that want to give the grant, what do they want? What are they saying? What exactly do they need? Yesterday, two of my mentees, we were talking about, okay, what are you working on now? He said he's working about 3 to 4 proposals. And she sent some to me to help look at the proposals. And I said, okay. But I said, oh, there's no, I can't see the innovation yet. Innovation is not yet clear. Okay, what is new in this? What is the creativity? What is the creative idea in this work? And I said, your methodology too. They want to see what is the method. They say, wow. So there must be this kind of innovative thing that, and how do you get it? If you don't have the innovation, there's nothing, they are not going to sponsor you. Grant writing is a crucial skill for researchers. The truth is, it's a skill that you must develop. I told some of my students and colleagues, I said, look, if you don't develop this skill, it's going to be struggling to write without winning. There's no, apart from, thank God for COR that organizing these trainings every Friday, which is very fascinating, and thanks to Prof and the team, all right? But you can't see any course called GSC 101, Creativity and Innovation in Research Writing. You can't find anything like that, whether in undergraduate or postgraduate, and that is why you need to learn it. I'm happy you're attending this training. You need to learn the skill. The skill doesn't just jump on you. You have to learn it. And you have to be resilient in learning as researchers seeking funding to support their project. Whether you are an early career scientist or an established researcher, understanding the secret to writing a winning grant proposal is in a creative way and innovative way, ways are significantly important. They are critical ways of winning. I'm sure some of you say, but I've been writing. I write almost every year. I write every month. I've not been getting. But I'm sure from this training that we've been doing these Fridays and another one that's ongoing on Saturday, you have learned the secret, the different angles that you need to focus on in writing your paper, in writing the proposal. But the truth is, innovativeness must be clear. And they'll say, wow, this is great. This is innovative. And you must learn this skill. And that's why we are here. Innovation, what is innovation? It refers to the process of introducing new ideas, new methods, new products or services that result in positive and meaningful change. Okay? You will ask yourself, what new idea am I introducing in this proposal? What new methods, new products, new services, and what results that will bring a meaningful life, bring a change. And if there's none, yes, there's nothing you are contributing. It involves the application of creativity to address existing problems. In Nigeria and Africa, currently now, cement is 10,000. I think it has even increased. Rice is in Nigeria, for those of us in diaspora or other parts of the world, in Nigeria, the price of a bag of rice is I think 76 now, or somebody said 80,000. Yes, somebody told me yesterday it's now 80,000. Can you do something in a little way, your little corner, to influence that price? Maybe you're in economics, even though you're in humanities. What can you do? Can you maybe talk about alternatives to rice eating? What are the alternatives that are cheaper? Are there ways you can introduce people to start farming in their backyard, or doing something that will make life meaningful and reduce the societal problems? All right, these are the things that we have. It involves the application of creativity to address the problem. And I said innovation can occur in various domains, including technology, business, science, education, and social sectors. All these areas, they are humanistic. They are human-based. So humanities, they have vital roles to play. We in humanities, we have vital roles to play in all this narrative, because generally it's like the whole world And it's not like that's what is happening. The world focuses on sciences. Okay, sciences takes about 60 to 70, research grant globally. That is the truth, right? But the art, the humanities, you have to learn to be innovative so that you can be part of the remaining 30. If not, you'll be left behind. A professor called me, a friend, said he's not knowing you somewhere, said, look, I've been professor for a year, but I have not been able to win just a single grant. Just one, I've not been able to win. But you can do some refertilization, fertilization of ideas, and then you can start winning in some ways. What are the features of an innovative grant proposal? Novelty, must be novel. Creativity, problem solving, implementation, adaptability. You must be able to adapt. There's a way our curriculum has been shaped in this part of the world that, in fact, they say, why are you leaving your area of scholarship there? They tell you this is my area, your area of focus. The world has changed that you have to be multidisciplinary. That is the way to go now. All right. Why still maintain your domain? You have to move out from what you have been doing in the past. Right? Improvement, then risk taking. If you don't take risk, forget. You cannot win. Take risk. And the risk is just to apply. You apply, send your application. That's it. Nobody knows you if you don't send your application, innovative application. They will not come and give you in your house, right? Creativity is the ability to generate novel creativity. Creativity is not limited to artistic endeavors, like in novel, in music, but in science, in business, in technology. There must be originality, flexibility, fluency, elaboration, problem solving, originality, risk taking, and divergence. Now, I'll be going into some specific ideas. How do you make your work innovative and creative? Personally, I study music, and as a musicologist, when I look at the curriculum of our works in this part of the world, it's actually too technical. Looking at the sounds, looking at the, our works somehow not related to the community. But I felt that let me take my work to environment, to medical, to peace building. So these are the three areas I try to create, kind of niche for myself. That let me engage the issue of creativity in terms of ecological ideas, ecological things, peace building, and and medical. So in medical narratives, I look at different parts of medical narratives, and also looked at, for instance, I engage SGDs. SGD number 1, no poverty. That is one. And I look at food security, music and food security. Like I mentioned in one of the presentations, which I'm going to do now. I was engaging cocoa and chocolate. Okay, how does cocoa and chocolate increase our, how do we lead into Bonfita and all the rest from musical narratives, because there are songs about it. So I engage ethnographic and songs that relate to no poverty. How can you, and then how do you use food security? I actually, combine and kind of collaborate with College of or the Faculty of Sciences, the soil sciences, and the animal sciences, and in Nigeria and outside. I look at zero hunger, food security, good health, that is under medical musicology, quality education. Yeah, that one I don't emphasize too much on that, but others will do. The gender equality, I look at ecofeminism, and clean water, I look at blue community and the rest. Decent work and economy, that's the same thing. Affordability and flex. So be able to engage your work with SGD. If your work is not situated within SGD, you find it difficult. Can you identify problems and challenges around you? It's very critical to be able to identify problems around you. If you look at my slides, we have generators. You can see them. Look at the wires. This alone, there are several problems you can derive in this picture. One, there is air pollution because of the emission of the dangerous gaseous or something. There's noise pollution. Okay. There's even the aesthetics. Can you do something about it? it doesn't mean that you have to solve Nigerian problem. You can't solve Nigerian problem, but you can produce, you can supply knowledge a little bit, less than a kind of percentage, fraction of percentage of 1% of what you think should be ideas, okay? What should be in solving Nigerian problem. Look at waste. Look at wildfire. You can see, I'm sure you discovered excessive heat recently. Look at the market. What can you do in your market? Your marketing and food packaging. If there's, somebody say, things are costly, things are tough. This is the time to make money as researchers. That's the truth. This is the time to be without it is the problem that should create wealth for you. I don't want problem from Nigeria, but the truth is that we can create research, win a lot of research, don't need problems. That is the truth. If there's any time you should make more money, it is this time when things are tough. So you should not be part of the people that say, there's no money, I don't have money to. No, you should have money, because a lot of calls are coming out every day. All right, and things are costly. That the things are costly is the reason why you should win. You should win, because this problem, they want solution. The world is looking for solution. Nigeria is looking for solution in some ways. Whether they use the solution or not is another thing. But you can tell them, look at the solution, and at least by the time you send 5 or 10 or 15 proposals out, you get 1 or 2 at least. Look at the challenges and in the environmental issues. Like I said, there must be multidisciplinary. There must be multidisciplinary. You can see this one. We have life sciences, vocational study, physical sciences, everything coming to what we call environmental education for those in education or communication. Actually, any part of scholarship. These areas, there's a way you point it. Like I said, it's a skill. You have been learning it. And COR has been, yesterday I was saying, wow, I didn't even know I'm going to present anything today. Okay, I was saying, I'm seeing a new Nigeria. I was just telling myself, COR, they are breaking records. Because even this every Friday thing, even abroad, is not happening. That is the truth. They don't do that in abroad. All this training, and it's free. Anyway, there's one that will be intensive. We'll let you know that later. That one will take this. That one is not free, and I will let you know of that later on. But this one is free, and you can use the opportunity. When it is free, take the opportunity. But when it's not free, please pay, because you are going to learn. I've attended free and paid training, and the truth is, the more you attend, the more you win. Global, your work must be feasible. It's like I said, economic market is knowledge economy market. Now, if I may ask you, what innovative ideas are you thinking about now? What innovative idea are you taking to market that you think you'll be sellable, that you think will get you money? What idea do you have that will give you grants when you write? In fact, sometimes you don't need to even wait for them to make an application to call. Go there, write, look, you discover there's a problem in their community and you are the solution. Write it innovatively. You will get money. Let me share my personal experiences. Like I told you, I'm a musicologist. I study music in NCE, degree, master's, PhD. But after that, I was asking myself, what next? What next? So whether you're in music, you say, I'm in music, our work is just to play and dance. Our work is more than that. I'm in religion. Religion, you even, because the religion is what is disturbing the world. So you can make money through that. I was in South Africa, and I attended a workshop on soil. You wonder, what is music doing with soil? There was this call, and that was 2017, and I got this call on soil, and I applied. And the person there, how did you know about this? They were not thinking anybody. Music and soil, how does it relate? Go and read the Niger Delta oil and the soil, and soil communities, and soil management from cultural point of view, not the scientific, but the humanistic point of view. And in fact, few days after, of a month plus, they call me again and say, please, we got some money. Are you free? I say, wow, why are these people begging me to come and chop? So because now they feel that this guy that is combining music, soil, music and food, music and ecology, but music is still the center thing for me. So for my research, just to share ideas and practical session, My time is flying. Okay, I look at personal experiences, looking at ecomusicology, like I told you, medical musicology, music and peace building. If there's anything, this world, in this world, other things might be added. These are the 3 areas that are very critical to the world. All right, the issue of climate change is happening. All right, and the issue of peace building, you know what is happening all over. There's security in Nigeria, everywhere. Okay, and then issue of health. Health is critical. Health is very critical. And when we talk about peace building, we also talk about food. It's under food, food. It is when you have food security. It is when we have human security. So it is kind of compartmentalized, in that regard. By the grace of God, I'll be able to win some grants, I can see, and grant givers here. And many of my undergraduates, they're also winning. And that is why you can't say I'm an undergraduate student. You can win. There are a lot of grants and scholarship for undergraduate students. I remember 2020 during COVID, I made the panel. With my undergraduate students, masters and PhD, and they got scholarship to Toronto. Okay, and many of them now, they are getting, even now, several of my undergraduates that are supervising and those that are not supervising. So if undergraduates are getting, you can be sure postgraduates are getting. Some of them, they've moved outside Nigeria because they are working on ecological issues, music and ecology, medical musicology, looking at it from pregnancy, from dentistry, right, from these diseases, pandemic, right, and musicology. You wonder, how does it connect? That is the skill. That is the innovation. That is the creativity. Is the creativity there that's giving me the feasibility, global feasibility in that regard. Okay, and actually, I could not find samples, okay, in my field, especially in the area of ecomusicology. I created it in Nigeria. When I got fellowship in South Africa, I was invited to come and give training. They want to start it. So even it's not in South Africa, because I was thinking, okay, where will I get this idea? And but you can start it. You can create the idea in your own field. And sometimes the truth is this: it's not every gap that could be filled. If the gap is not innovative and is not economically viable, you cannot help anybody. Please leave that. You say, this area is very good. Is it, how much can you get through that research? Okay? And say, the voice of an angel, that is not researchable. You have to die and go to heaven to get the voice of angel. And I'm not talking about dream now. So there are some researches that are not visible, that are not viable, and you have to look, but you must still be creative in this regard. Innovative and creativity in medical musicology. These are, I'm giving samples, practical, personal samples, so that you can see some of these ideas. Under medical musicology, I've engaged dental health, I've engaged music and pregnancy, I've engaged music and stress management, I've engaged music and pandemic. Okay, currently we are working on music, and even we are kind of connecting it to music, dental, and ecological narrative, environmental. And you can see some of the publications and in their high impact journals, like Oxford, and in some of these, published. And that's another area. How do you publish and get paid? All right. These days, I don't want to just publish just for publication. No, I say, just send your paper. I don't. In fact, I want to be paid for publishing. And I've been getting results. Some of these publications, I was paid. Okay, and sometimes they say, can you do this? We will pay you. And and sometimes it may be as little as, and it's not even little again. Maybe they are giving $1,000 US. 1,000 calculated by Atlanta is 1,700 now. So, but your idea must be creative. There must be creative idea. These are the things that will make you to be paid for publishing. All right. For young scholars, please. Sometimes you don't even need to. There are ways to make your work wonderful that you don't need to pay. But in Nigeria, you must pay this, pay for publishing. Today I told myself, enough of paying. Me too. I want to be paid for publishing. All right. And if you want me to come and pay, I say, please, will you pay me? It is not how much will I pay. It is how much will you pay me. That is the level I want to be. I'm actually working now. So looking at music and climate change, ecology, food sustainability, oil and gas, and flood. That is SGD 2, 6, 11, 13, 14, 15. That's what I'm again. And under DAD, because I was consultant, I'm still consultant for DAD, and I engage this in my consultancy with DAAD. I look at music, popular music, representation of oil and gas, and mobility in Niger Delta, and look at the soundscape. How do pipelines? I engage sounds of pipeline, and by God's grace, I was able to win ACLS. I was able to win American Council of Learned Society grant. Fellowship with that. I'm looking at then Rachel Carson. I looked at music and poetry narratives of oil exploration, honeybees. So I look at honeybee. You wonder what is honeybee doing with music, but I got it in fellowship. Okay, and I published it in high impact journal, Scopus, published. Okay, so and the truth is, like I told you, innovation. Now, what are my tools? My research is ethnographic, sometimes archival, musical text, and extra music. So under honeybee, I look at it's a sound. So I engage sounds as in sounds. Sound that is, we may say it's not musical, but to us, ecomusicologists, honeybee produces sounds and music. Okay, so and we got the grant. I was telling somebody that I'm looking at honeybee. The person looked at me and said, if these people can give you, then there's something new there. But although for me, I didn't see anything new. I don't see anything relevant. I also look at indigenous music, and that one got me Andrew Mellon grant. Ebesu music, oil and conflict. You can see, I told you, medical, peace building, and ecology. But I look at extractivism, uranium. I'm looking at South African gold, Zambian copper belt, Niger uranium, and I'm looking at songs around these narratives. Okay, it's new. That you rarely see musicians talking about sound about extractivism, and that is it, because some deal with emotion. Okay, that in fact, I got some grants here. Sounding the sea. I have to go to the sea and harvest sound from the sea. Is it musical? It's very musical, because there are songs about the sea, okay, and there are sounds coming from the sea which are culturally narrative. And we got grants for this too. We got grants. We got Nagel and some of my partners are also on the platform there, right? Music in the transatlantic narratives, looking at and University of Constance University, okay, also offer me some grants on this too. So it may not, when I say grants, it may not be much. It may just be little money. It's not that it's big, but that the fact that you are giving tells you the credibility and the innovativeness of your work. I also look at Omiyale. I got some grants. In fact, this I presented this paper, but just last week, mathematics department here in OAU, I was invited to come and attended the conference, and I presented this title, Omiyale, sounding the mathematics of the rain and flow. You'll be wondering, what does music has to do with mathematics? But I look at the volume. Yoruba song talking about kekere and la, big and small, okay, and the numerical narrative, which is a kind of measurement, humanistic narratives of measurement of rain, that leads to flood, which actually is the output or the outcome of ecological issue. I have about 5 minutes more now. So there are. I told somebody that my music enters any other area. In fact, the next one is music and chemistry. You wonder, what does music has to do with chemistry? I'm talking innovativeness and creativity. Now, before I go to questions, can you begin to write down new creativity? Maybe they'll be coming to your mind, but say, nobody is doing it. I don't think any. Can you write it? Just write it down now. Just write down something, a title, or you can also post it to our chat. A new idea in your area, maybe related to medical. You may not even maybe into education, or into climate change, or into religion. All right? Can you be creativeness in your mind? Just allow your mind to fly around. Allow your mind to fly to harvest ideas. Okay? You can look, and your title must be sexy. That's another thing. I'm sorry. This because we are going to by March, I'll be coming again for the second part of this topic, looking at the different parts of grant. I'm sure you're already learning from different speakers in the past, but how do you make your steps very cohesive? I mean, very, very fantastic, that we make you the best candidate for winning. Here, myself and this professor, we actually wrote a proposal, and we got some very small grants on musicking, cocoa, and chocolate. And we are looking at inclusivity and racial imagination in Nigeria and Germany. You wonder, what is music doing with chocolate and cocoa? You say, oh boy, are you seeing music? You are in agri, Jare. Anyway, if you see I'm in agri department, I am. I'm in medical sciences, I am. But I'm a musicologist originally, and I'm still a musicology. So the point is creativity. Please, your professor will tell you, don't go there. That's not area. Every area is my area, in as much as there's money and related to music is my area. So there's no area that is not your area too. In as much that it will bring innovation. And don't be caged and say, sometimes you see a call, say, this call is not talking about education, it's not talking about music, it's not talking about religion. Every area, honeybee, when Rachel Cassie made the call, they said talking about honeybee. They didn't mention whether music was. I'm the one that I think I'm the first musicologist to be accepted, to be taken in Rachel Cassie, right? So, and because I look at the people that have won the grant before. So the point is, they want you to be creative. This paper will be coming out this year. I mean, musicking cocoa and chocolate. The paper, we are publishing it already. Okay, it's coming out. And we are looking at music. We talk about music in Nigeria, music in Germany, and how did they narrate issue of inclusivity and racial imagination in Nigeria and in Germany. Like I mentioned, it's in the place that now, which I like to share my idea. Somebody said, don't let them steal your idea. Anyway, idea that is not robust enough will be stolen, because I have so many. So there's no idea of you stealing my idea. My future project is looking at taking music to solar cars. Okay, I want to be part of this. What's the name of this mosque? Something mosque. There's another person in Germany. So I'm already propounding some ideas, so that the vehicle solar cars that will be coming to Africa, I'll be shareholder. Even if it is 10 euro per car, and we have 1 million cars, you know that I'll be a lecturer with a difference. Okay. So this is future plan, futuristic. How do you engage sonic materiality into solar cars in Africa? All right. So begin to think. Don't think. Look, some of us, we think like just because rice is about rice that is costly. Think about things that will make your life improve and make the world. Think globally. But your solution will be local solution for global thinking. And this one we call critical thinking. Because it is critical thinking that brings critical reading. Critical thinking, critical reading, and critical writing will give you great ideas. And I say thank you, because by March we are coming back to to continue this and looking at what kind of ideas that will be sellable. Because your ideas must be sellable. If your idea is not sellable, nobody will buy it. Your idea must be sellable. You can see from musicology, and that is why there's nothing that say there's no cost. Even if it is broomology, the process of sweeping, you will win grants. In as much that can make it innovative. I know some guys, some friends that study Yoruba, they are winning all over the world. So you don't need to be in science. You don't need to be in no, anywhere you are, no matter the cause. Whether, like myself, I'm a dancer, so I say dancing the disease. When talking about the pandemic, there's a title I'm working on, dancing the disease, okay, or dancing the blast in Ibadan, and because of mining, dancing the blast and mining narratives in Ibadan city. That's the new topic I'm working on, and I can have 2-3 person groups that will go. I want to write a proposal, because we know that the blast in Ibadan that kills several persons, we must engage it musically. So we are looking at the sonic materiality of the blast. Is that musical? Very musical. What is musical to you? Maybe it's not musical to me, but everything is music as far as I'm concerned. And as much that there's value there, and we have to bring money. Thank you very much for listening. I want to say thank you for my funders. These are some of the group that funded part of my current and past projects that engage in, and I say thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's always a delight to listen to you, and it's always intriguing considering that after listening, we just want to go out, carry our laptop, and start that research and start thinking. So thank you very much. And as you have already noticed, for all of us who have attended this session, we don't invite people who don't do what they say. We invite experts in the field. So when we're talking about innovation and creativity, it is also because it is something that has worked for him over the years. He has a track record, in this. So thank you, Dr. Titus, for this. And although I call you Professor Titus because for me, you're a prof. So thank you very much, sir. Yes, so I would like to read some questions. So in an attempt to be creative as a science student, can I delve into social science grant opportunities? Hope my authority will not be in question. So I think you would have mentioned that already, but then let me see. I'm still reading more questions. I think you've responded to that already in the here. Then I think some Professor Opong already also responded to that. Said okay. Oh, Professor Opong has been doing the Lord's work. Helping us respond to some of these questions in the chat box, and I think this helps us a lot. Prof, please, can you explain the relationship between music and the pipeline oil, as earlier mentioned? Well, go and read the paper they published on it and see him in camera. All right.
Maybe I can share my WhatsApp in case. Then I don't know.
Yes. I think we should we can send your email.
Okay.
I think email is safer than WhatsApp.
Yes, right.
Yes. Right. So thank you very much, sir. I don't know if you'd like to ask any question live, you could use the raise hand icon. Then I'll call you to ask your question live. I think all the questions in the chat box have been responded to. And then if you want to make any comments or so, you're invited to do so within the next few minutes. We have about 5 minutes, thereabouts for that, 5-10 minutes for that. So
there's a question. It says, if I have 2 grants for one research, how do I go about it, sir?
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, yeah. This is what I will say on this. There are. Let me say, there's nothing wrong about it. That's my first answer. Depending on your view of it, maybe different parts of it. A professor was telling me that he got 3 grants for his PhD because he's looking at it from different angles. This project, this grant is for some parts of the maybe field work. The other grant maybe is for the data analysis. The other one, so 3 different grants for not Nigeria, right? So now you got maybe for instance, I'm working on oil. I got 2 grants. There are so wide you can expand and expand your scope in bringing it. So it's not bad, but there are some ethical issues related to that, because if they ask you, did you have grants on this already, or did you get other grants apart from our own on this topic, on this very specific project? You have to declare it for ethical reason and for ethical. I'm sure my prof will talk about it. You must be very ethical. You must stand. There must not be doubt about your character. All right, I'm sure character and grant, I'm sure there'll be a topic, or there's a topic already on it already. So you must declare that, yes, I got this so grant, and this one is to supplement what I got. Period. That's okay, right? But there's nothing wrong in you. There was a time I got 2 grants, actually 2 fellowships. So the other one, I told them, sorry, I'm going to Oxford, because Oxford gave me. But I don't know. And in fact, at the same time, I said, I can't come because I have to be in Oxford. In fact, they told me, we will postpone it for you. We want you to come. I say, okay, thank you. So they postpone it. Even the time they want me to say, sorry, I got another one and I can't come for your own. They said, we will, until they want you to come, we will keep it for you. So, I made it clear. So I could not attend to that until about 2 years after. But, I was able to attend to it at the end. So I made it clear, make it clear. So, but there's nothing wrong in you winning 2 grants for the same topic. Then you can now expand. That's what I expand the scope. All right. Humanistically, we know a way, and scientifically expand the scope, raise the objective higher, so that that is I'm still learning anyway. So I know my prof, please, man, maybe you can just because you're a specialist in this area of ethics.
Thank you very much. Just before you go to the next question, is to say, just to compliment this about being trustworthy, accountable. If you get grants, you use 2 grants to do exactly the same thing. It's fraud now. There is nobody that needs to tell you that. There's no English to it. It's fraud. But if you have a grant, this grant looks at field work, this grant looks at this aspect, even that same research, you look at multiple aspects, it's a different thing. Or you use the same grant, you did exactly the same thing, and then you report. The irony is that there's always grant bodies. That's what you don't know. They meet, and when you have credibility, they won't tell you. You just find out that you are blacklisted. Nobody will come and tell you. You just be blacklisted. They meet, and when they meet, they also see what they are funded. And say, this funding, I got it from this person, and that's the end. So what you do when you do grant writing is you can write grants using the same protocol, but you make it different. You tweak it. It can be the same, but this one I'm looking at the left eye. This one, no, I'm looking at the right eye. This one I'm looking at the left hand. This one I'm looking at the right hand. Another one I'm looking at both hands together. Something like that. But you can't write both and be looking at the same left hand, looking exactly at the same thing in the left hand. It's fraud. Yeah. Thank you.
Over. Thank you so much. That's it. Exactly. So please, your character is very critical in this, because actually character is the first thing, because innovative and creativity without character is nonsense. Please. All right. Next question. If there's any.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Let me read the next question quickly. Thank you for this thought-provoking presentation. I want to ask a question, sir. How do you manage grant writing and winning as an early starter in a field that has few or no experts in Nigeria? How do you go about principal investigators as a starter in the academy?
Okay. Thank you very much for that brilliant question. Yeah, when I was doing my PhD, I think the kind of personal experiences I got involved in this with IFRA, French Research Institute for Africa, and during my PhD, what we are doing now, we did it for about 2 years in 2010, 2011, and 2012, about 2-3 years. So every Friday, about 2 hours, I think from 2 to 4, this training, they're just training us on how to write, So that is where I got the idea, and I was involved in this Omeyale. I was almost being washed away. Okay, I was kind of a victim. So I started thinking, are there no issues of music and nature? Okay, so I checked most of the professors in Nigeria in musicology. I could not see anyone writing about it. I checked West Africa. I could not see anyone. I checked Africa. I could not see anyone. And I checked UK. I saw someone in UK who is working in South Africa. So I went immediately after my PhD, the next year I got postdoc to go and study under the person. So actually abandoned my PhD, abandoned what I was doing as far. I went there based on my PhD, but I discovered that this is a new area. So I started learning from her, and when I came back, I started ecomusicology scholarship. Yeah, you don't find it easy because the established protocols, elders, you think you are going outside the norms, but yeah, we face the fire. But today, the fire is now subdued, and we are glowing. So expect fire if you don't have someone to look up to say, yes, we are. But thank God there's one or two professors say, yes, I'm in support. We like, although that's not my area, but what you are doing is beautiful. So that one also give me, look for the people that we encourage you. Your supervisor may not even encourage you. So, but look for professors that will encourage you and then talk with them. But start working and then look for mentors. Actually, COR, our professor here, she's a great mentor, and so you can reach out to her, and you can reach out to me. The little I know, I could share to you. So, but you have to get a mentor that will guide you. You need guidance. So I sought for mentors all over the world. So I have them in Oxford. I have them. I just go to their website, go to their email, send this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm. And in fact, they've been sending books to me. And stuff. Do you know that this the grant here? Do you know that? So that's how I want to know about grants and fellowships and all the rest. Apart from the one I'm getting from Nigeria. So mentors all over the world from Nigeria and different parts of the world is critical. And they don't need to know you. Most of my mentors, I don't know, we've never seen, but they are mentoring me even till now. And I'm also mentoring several, because I have different platforms that are mentoring several persons. Yeah, I don't know if that is hard. Hello?
All right, thank you very much, sir. We are really on the hour now. So Dr. Titus, want to say thank you so much for today. Thank you for this session, for responding to these questions, and then also for sharing from yourself with us. Thank you so much. Like I announced earlier, we're bringing part of this session forward. There are so many. There is still another session in which he would come and talk more about grant writing, and all. And then, so if you have more questions, you can keep them till then, and then we'll attend to them. So I want to say thank you to everyone for coming. I want to say thank you. We apologize for starting a little bit behind schedule. We had to do some logistics arrangement, as you have been aware. And then, of course, we would also like you to continue to engage us on social media. For Twitter, it's at oaucor. And so on Facebook, it is Central Office of Research, OAU. And then on LinkedIn, it is OAU Central Office of Research. So please, you can check us out, and then you can see. And then, on YouTube also, it is Central Office of Research, OAU. So we look forward to engaging with you. One of the things we'd like to do in the future is that as these sessions are ongoing, we want to be able to stream them live on YouTube. But then if we do not have enough subscribers to our channel, we'll not be able to do that. So you can help us make this happen. So it means that immediately after every session, we have them, domiciled on our YouTube page. So, but then you can help us by going to our YouTube page and subscribing, to our YouTube channel. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I want to invite the Executive Director, Central Office of Research, to help us close. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, and thanks everyone for being here. First, I'll ask you, Dimeji, please put the links on the chat box so that people can click and just get there. We need you to be there to help us keep this viable. Also to thank Professor Titus in the making. Brilliant always, like I did warn you. He's always a brilliant speaker and someone very exciting to listen to. If there's anything you learned, please know that even as an undergraduate, you must be able to write. Just to bring to your table 3 things that OAU is doing. 1, we have a mentorship program. The Senate should approve this by March, and then we can launch it. Mentorship is the way you heard it. There's no barrier to mentorship. Your supervisor is different from mentors. So your supervisor can be in your area of technology. Your mentor can be in music, arts, religion. It's about the mentors opening the doors for you, but you must bring something to the table that the mentors must work with. They are not supervisors. Mentors are supposed to open the paths and help you make progress with your career or whatever you've chosen to be. The second is to note that OAU University is also starting to work towards a research endowment from the university itself, wherein anybody, undergraduate, postgraduate, academic, non-academic staff can apply for grants and be able to do the things that they want. This is very critical because even as a young person, you start to have a history of portfolio writing. Dr. Titus will let you know, if you've never had something before, you can be a PI on a small grant, $5,000, $1,000, $2,000. That's how you start. You can never have written before and then anybody will give you $100,000 or $1 million. Nobody does that because it's a risk. They must see that profile, and you either start the profile by working with groups where you are co-researcher before you become PI, or you become a PI on very small grants, $1,000, $2,000. So that's the kind of opportunity that we want to create through the Research Endowment Fund. And finally, for our postgraduate students here, please note that you and your supervisor can apply for the IBR grant, the Thetford IBR grant, which is institutionally managed. OAU is bent, or we're looking forward to being able to take 120 grants by April. Call is already out. Application closes, I think, April 19. Please take advantage of this. The university is opening the space for you. Hopefully, please know that even when you do this, you can cross borders, including crossing outside the doors of OAU. But we wish you well. We're supporting you. We're teaching. We're training. There's early career. When the course for early career training comes out, apply. Everything is always on web. We've already had 2, 3, 4 trainings already. The space is for you. There's no limitation. We never limit. Many of people outside OAU are taking excellent advantage of this. I hope the vision of our Vice Chancellor will be a reality for you also. On that note, I want to say thank you once again for a brilliant lecture, and looking forward to seeing you next week. Over to you. Thank you, Dimitri, for your excellent coordination of this program. Over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you once again, Dr. Titus. And thank you, everyone, for coming. See you next week.